What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and this video is dedicated to Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson's birthday is today, March 31st. He was born March 31st, 1978. He is regarded as the first African-American heavyweight champion of the world. Back in a time when that was taboo. In the Jim Crow era, they didn't want that such a thing, so a barrier had to be broken, and Jack Johnson was the person to do it. Tommy Burns, he fought him and defeated him in Sydney, Australia. They wouldn't have it and televise it in America. Okay, that was on December 26th of 1908. And he blistered and beat Tommy Burns to a pulp. But before doing so, he stalked him for a fight. Okay, until he basically did a Shannon Briggs to Vladimir Klitschko, but that actually worked. And after like the sixth round, they shut the American feeds off. They didn't want to see anymore. Okay, and it caused riots. It caused it caused a large riots where eight African Americans were killed, and two whites were killed also during this riot. But this changed the history forever due to Jack Johnson. And Jack Johnson wasn't a Joe Louis. He wasn't anything like that. Okay, he was more boastful. He taunted people in the ring. He was the original boogeyman. And he did that fighting white fighters. Okay, and and he made himself a little bit more controversial because he dated and married white women. So that was a whole nother can of worms and a whole nother problem that he put on himself. But he was his own self. He was his own person. He grew up in Galveston, Texas. Funny, he didn't grow up around racism, by the island of Galveston. He grew up with white kids. They ate together. They went to school together. They played together. He considered them as his pals or his friends. So he didn't have that upcoming. So I can imagine it had to be a culture shock going somewhere else, and getting, slandered names thrown at you left and right, especially, for the color of your skin, and what you were doing. You're physically beating up someone that's regarded as an icon to a certain group of people. That by itself angers people to see their fighter lose. Look how boxing is today, right? Everyone picks a side, everyone takes a side, or it's favoritism everywhere, right? But imagine if that particular fighter is beaten to a pulp in front of your eyes, right? That has to be something very infuriating. They got to be pissed to see that type of thing happen. Jack Johnson had an awesome record of 74 wins, 40 by knockout, 13 losses, 10 draws, and 5 no decisions. Okay. However, that record is flawed because when at his 9th professional fight, he was supposed to be 9-3. That was recorded. He had fought 50 times before that, so his record is not really even accurate. Okay, so Jack Johnson, those guys, back in those eras, they fought 2 or 3 times a month or more, 2 or 3 times a week even. The fight purse money meant a lot different. If you got $6,000, then that lasts you a very, very long time. But Jack Johnson, he is a living legend. He went through a lot of adversity as being the first African-American heavyweight. He was pardoned as of last year by the President of the United States, for the Mann Act, because he was wrongfully convicted by crossing a woman across the state border with bad intentions. Basically, if you read between the lines, basically a pimp or something like that, prostitution, or that matter. But they had to throw every little thing at him because they didn't like the position that he fought his way to be and to get and to have. So, But congratulations, happy birthday to Jack Johnson. You know, you will be a forever icon in the sport. You guys tell me what you think about Jack Johnson, about this video. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.